So you're going to cut out one strip of fabric measuring about 26 inches by 4 inches. So what I did here was I just cut the 4 inches by the width of the fabric, and then I cut the selvages off and I just cut one long strip in half. If you want an extra long scrunchie, you can just then leave this. You don't have to cut it in half like I'm doing here. Fold down one of the ends, one of the short ends, and press. You can fold it over by about 1/4 inch. Then you're going to fold the fabric in half lengthwise, right sides facing together. And then you're going to pin or use clips. Okay, and then you're going to go to your sewing machine, and I did stitch length about 2.5, and then make sure you back stitch at the start, and your seam allowance is going to be about 1/4 inch. So I'm using my walking foot, and I've got the needle over to the very left hand position, right hand position. Then at the end, make sure you back stitch as well. This just locks the stitches. Then you're going to turn it inside out. So then you have it right sides facing you, so the fabric's the right way around. So I just start it off, and you end up with like a little sausage, and then I've got an old 2 centimeter knitting needle that I just use to turn it inside out, but anything really you can use. It is super quick. Probably not the quickest method if you're wanting to go into mass production, but okay, so you can cut your elastic. I cut mine about 9 inches. I'm going to attach a safety pin to one end and start threading it through the fabric. And then with the end without the safety clip, I just clip it to the inside of the scrunchie. This just holds it in place. There we are. And you can unclip it, make sure you have hold of it before you unclip it in case it stretches back down. Then you're just going to tie one firm knot. You can do an overhand knot, or you can do 2 reef knots. So just test your knot once you're done, because you don't want it coming undone. I also, with the little ends, I just sew a couple of stitches backwards and forwards a few times just to make sure it is extra secure. Okay, so now you are going to push the raw edges into the edges that you folded over in that 1/4 inch earlier on, and pin it. So I put it in about a centimetre and a half. It doesn't really matter. It's just to hide the raw edge and to close the scrunchie. Sorry about the quality. And then I've changed to a red thread so you don't see it, and then I've just done a straight stitch along the edge. Obviously this holds the elastic in place as well. So make sure you backstitch at the start and backstitch at the end as well. And then cut your threads, and then you have one finished scrunchie. So I've got the instructions in the description box and a tutorial on my blog as well. And you'll get a glorious video of me testing it out. So if you want an extra long scrunchie, you can add more elastic, you can add more fabric. It's entirely up to you. And it did take sort of less than 10 minutes. So they're good for the end of plaits as well if you have long hair. Good for buns. I have my hair in a bun quite a lot. My hair wasn't that beautiful.